Hello everybody. This is my results video from the recent multi-group Mary's Mini. And first of all, I'd like to say it is so exciting to hear about some of the success that some of the people who followed along had. I got off so late last night. I had class. Then when I got home, I had to make some corrections on a paper and submit that. And then I had to take care of some other things in the smaller group that I'm leading. So I didn't get a chance to respond to a lot of the comments from the various groups, about how your success was. And so I spent that time last night, and it was so amazing to know that many of you, this was your very first Mary's Mini. And to see the success, some people lost 3 or 4 pounds. One person lost 11 pounds. Man, if I could only see something like that one of these days, that would be awesome. I hear some people say sometimes, oh no, you can lose too fast. Don't lose too fast. Well, let me tell you something. When you have as much weight as I have to lose, there really is no such thing as losing too fast, because the longer I keep this excess weight on my body, the closer I'm going to get to other little issues starting with me. Even though I'm eating a whole foods plant-based diet, even though I am doing my best as far as staying as compliant as possible, the older you get, when you have that excess weight on you, things could happen that you don't want to happen. That is one of the most important things for me right now, is to get this extra weight off. For a long time, the weight was a vanity thing. Now it's my health. I'm going to be 60 in a few months, and I've got to make sure that I set myself up to having a nice, long, healthy rest of my life. After I turn 65 or 70 or 75 or even 80 and so on. But carrying excess weight is not going to do it. Excess weight in itself is a risk factor, and I'm way up there with that. So I do plan on spending some time trying to figure out how to do this thing quickly. And what I'm doing right now, I'm kind of happy with. So getting back to results, y'all know I sort of ramble along, but I posted yesterday, and I have to adjust that post, that I lost 6.1 pounds. Well, it was 5.9 pounds. English teacher needs to go back to math class. So, so it was 5.9 pounds, which is still pretty awesome. For 10 days, oh yeah. And so I think all together now, I have to go back and look at my first original weigh-in. But I think I'm down between 16 and 18 pounds in my series of Mary's Minis. And I'm not going to stop. Not going to stop, because if I stop, it's a very distinct possibility that my mindset can go back to the way it was and say, well, I can have a little of this and a little of that. That won't hurt and this won't hurt. I like what Mary's Mini has done for me. And so let me tell you about some of the things I learned about myself first doing this particular program. First of all, and this is something I didn't expect to learn, I learned that I don't have to cook every single day or have huge batch cookings over the weekend, although I plan to do that. That's good. It's good to batch cook. But if something happens and you can't, it's not the end of the world. You can still be successful. I could not batch cook. I couldn't cook the things that I usually like to do. I was able to make my Instant Pot potatoes on a regular basis. I am so happy about that. But my stews and, all that good stuff. I didn't have any okra stew at all this time with the potatoes, and I really, really missed that. I missed a lot of the things, my green beans and potatoes. Oh, I can't wait to get back to that. But I tell you, I had a whole lot of that ballpark potato salad. That's for sure. And it was so nice. And so I ate a lot of raw veggies. I was able to eat a whole lot more raw veggies because they're easy and quick and on the go. Those little peppers that come in the bag, those things are so tasty. They're like little snacks. And I ate on those quite a bit. I reintroduced myself to the little thing called the radish. Haven't had radishes in a long time, and I've always eaten them raw, always did all my life. I know some people cook radishes, but I found some beautiful radishes, washed those things up, threw those in my lunchbox, and I ate those things like little tiny apples. I had some radishes one day during snack time with my students, and many of them, kids don't like radishes, I found out. I had no idea. I said, it's a radish, and I saw a collective, ooh. That was so cute. And then, of course, you'll always have one in the bunch who'll say, ooh, can I have one? And I'll always say, no, mine. You know? That's so cute. So I was able to get a lot more raw food in me. I am looking for a recipe of a really good dressing that I can make with potatoes. I've seen some. I've tried a few. I still have not found one that I really, really love. But man, I tell you, if I can find a great recipe that has a nice little kick to it, that I can pour that over my salads and things like that, that will make me happy, because I have discovered that I do like raw vegetables a whole lot. And I had not been eating a whole lot of raw vegetables prior to starting this program. And because I had my mixed greens that I ate, and I batch cooked my mixed greens, you know, and I had my mixed greens with everything. And to make sure that I had my greens, but I was not able to cook. Another thing that I learned about myself is that when I limit my choices, when I limit the choices of the things that I'm allowing myself to have, I'm much more successful. I have not been successful like this on other programs that I've tried. And a lot of it has to do with things that I could not help, you know, but I have not been on prednisone in a very long time. So we can't use that as an excuse anymore. I do find myself snacking too much when I'm not on this particular program, and now I look back on it and I realize just how much I was snacking in ways that I really should not have been. When I limit my choices, like I do while following the Mary's Mini, then I don't snack except on things that are there for me. Because I asked myself that question, is it my starch? Is it a non-starchy vegetable? Then if it's not, I can't have it. And so I learned that about myself as well. One thing I also learned about myself, and this is something that I do on my days off, is that I need to make sure that I have some of those other things in my body that I miss on the Mary's Mini. And so during these 4 days off, like yesterday, you know, lots of beans, started it off with oats and berries, you know, and it's so funny because you think when you take those days off, ooh, I can have, you know, pasta and bread. No, that's not what was on my brain yesterday. I was thinking about my ferment stuff that I had not had, you know, in the 10 days. So it's good to have that in your brain for a while. I do plan to go out to eat one day this weekend. I've got some plans. And then on Monday, I'm going to start it back up again. Now, let me tell you something. September has 5 Mondays. And usually when a month has 5 Mondays, when I do the challenges with my small group, we only start on the 1st and the 3rd Mondays of the month. When we have a month that has a 5th Monday, then we have a longer break. So we're off not for 4 days, but for like 11 days. It's we don't start again until the following 1st Monday. And in my particular group where I'm coaching there, we're not going to actually start our next challenge until I believe the date is the 7th of October, whatever that Monday is. Now, what I plan to do as not to lose my momentum as far as this Mary's Mini is concerned, and I may go back to my normal schedule with the Mary's Minis a little bit later, but this is too soon for me to take that long of a break, especially as successful as I'm being with this particular program. I'm going to start my next Mary's Mini on Monday. But what I've decided to do is to make this an extended one. And I'm a little nervous about that. I am going to discuss it with, I call up my Kaiser nurse line. It's not a nurse line, it's like a health thing where you can call into Kaiser and we can get the coaching that we need as far as our weight loss is concerned and things like that. And whenever I call in with the coach, this particular person I talk to knows what I'm doing with the Mary's Mini, and so I'm going to call in and talk to, I think she's either a nurse or a dietitian or someone, but Kaiser is pretty pro plant-based nutrition as well, and so they were able to get someone for me to talk to. I haven't talked to the same person every single time, but all of them are pretty supportive of what I'm doing, so I'm going to have a little discussion with her about, or him, you know, I only had women so far, with what I'm planning to do, but this is what I'm planning to do. I want to start again on Monday, and I want to go for not only the 10 days, but the extra 7 days as well, so that I can keep this going. So I'm going to start on Monday. When the following Monday comes, when I normally would start my program, I'm going to continue. And so let's see how that works out. I'm not expecting, you know, oh, I'm going to go 17 days, so I'm going to lose, you know, 15 pounds. I'm not expecting that. I'm not even going that way. What my purpose for going a little bit longer is for my is for the momentum to keep going, and for me to continue to lose this weight. I know me. We all know ourselves. Self-reflection is very important. And I know that if right now at this point, if I were to go back to a normal whole foods plant-based way of eating, without the strict parameters that I have right now with the Mary's Mini, or even with the maximum weight loss like I do in the smaller group, if I don't have those parameters with me right now, I'm going to end up undoing a little bit of this, by either going out to eat more, saying, well, I'm not on the program now, I can do this, or I can do that. I don't want to allow myself to do that. So I'm going to start again on Monday, and this is going to be an extended one for me. Wish me luck. And I'm not going to put out videos every single day, but I will put them out periodically. So if you do enjoy these, please subscribe so that you can get a notification whenever I put them out. And then here in the Mary's Mini group, the particular group that I kind of hang out in a whole lot, because that's what this particular group is all about. Anytime I do put out a video, I'll do the same thing. I'll say what day I'm on, and then mention that there's a video in the comments. I won't put the video out in the open, but I will put it in the comments. And so, but I think that's kind of it. What do I learn about myself? I learned that I can do this. And I also learned that when I give myself fewer choices, I can make this happen. I know there's so much more that I wanted to talk about today, but my time's almost up because I don't want YouTube to not put up my videos. So listen, guys, until the next time, you all have a very successful run of it, and I will be back on later. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.